And here's a look at the lineup that the boys in purple will be putting out there. Paulo, the setter from Brazil. Pankaj Sharma will be on the outside. Setu as well. Tom Heptonstall on that opposite spot, who's been a big point scorer for them so far, and Shrajan and Mujib. They've been really impressive in the middle, and I think their level is just improving day by day, match by match under the helm.
As we have a look at the Ahmedabad defenders, Bengaluru starts as the opposite. Nanda Gopal, 30 points in 3 games for him on the outside. Manoj will start in the middle with Ilya Burrell. Burrell in his first season outside of Belarus. Max Seneca starts on the outside. The Australian who played at the World Club Championships for this Ahmedabad defenders side.
Well, we're going to have a lot of questions for you as this match unfolds, but for now, let's get us started here. It is Ahmedabad taking on Bengaluru, and the first point on the board for the boys in blue.
Well, no surprise, the ball goes.
Yeah, it's definitely different than volleyball. It's a lot more entertaining, especially with the super serve and super point. You need to be aware because it's a game to 15.
3 sets, and was that a shock for you, or was it just all strategy? What did you guys do to stop them? The mindset of a player, you know, I like to pretend I used to be a player once in a while, but you were actually literally on court just about 5 minutes ago. Another player I'd like to know a little bit about. Who just swung that? Was that Bengaluru too?
That was Seneca on the right-hand side.
All right.
Dragan Mihailovic as well, is that from a game plan perspective, he's very, very organized and very detailed.
I like that. Getting Shrajan involved early days. Now, I always...
That's worked very, very often in this league so far. Paulo's got up aggressively with the left hand. Defenders are starting to fight, and the Bengaluru Torpedoes are fighting back. It's going to be a fascinating contest. Battle from the service line from the defenders, serving the front court receiver inside, but the pass at the moment from the Torpedoes.
Thanks, Louis. It just seems like the way there are free substitutions happening in volleyball, so are there free substitutions happening in the commentary box today, as the Bengaluru Torpedoes have dominated the early proceedings as Lamunia sets it for Heptonstall. Pankaj now towards Setu. Midhun. Setu trying to bang it back, but then ultimately defended very well by the defenders. One of those long rallies that you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, already what we're seeing is some better decision-making from Setu. He's hitting these slow balls higher against the likes of our friend here, Lazar Dodic. He wasn't quite swinging as high as he is now in those high ball situations. And Setu's having to be very patient to score. And in the end, this is a proper Torpedoes performance. What we saw last year. They're giving nothing away.
Now, as Heptonstall occupies the baseline, Nanda Gopal does just enough as the angle man fires it through. How do you stop him?
Well, maybe Lazar, you can help us here, but I think this is... And that's the beauty of this league.
It is, as the SBI Super Point has been called by the Ahmedabad defenders. A 3-point lead for the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Srikanth receives. Muthuswamy for the pocket rocket. The SBI Super Point goes into the pockets of the defenders.
What you can see here from Muthuswamy.
Between 2 Aussies in Chennai. Pankaj towards Lamunia. It's a race to 16. And Mujib with the masterclass.
Torpedoes served the skin off the ball last year, and now everyone's doing it.
That's exactly what Setu tried to do now, as Seneca receives. Nanda had to set for Ranga Muthu. Lamunia with the short set towards Mujib. There's a rainbow. Didn't catch any colors. Seneca mishits. Seneca gives it away. And lo and behold, this is the first time that the defending champions have dropped a set. It is the Torpedoes that find themselves on top.
We hope you missed Key as much as we did.
I missed myself. I missed you guys.
Meanwhile, one needs to get a reaction out of the Ahmedabad defenders because the first point has gone to the Torpedoes and Key.
But in terms of coming out on top so far, giving it to Heptonstall, 1 point.
Seneca's been targeted yet again with the reception. Midhun has to set. He sets it for Pankaj. Srikanth with the retrieve. Oh, there could have been questions asked by Muthuswamy in the joust. It's Anga Muthu that prevails.
It's hard to be a favourite and go out and play that aggressively. It's not hard to be an underdog and come out and play this aggressively. The pressure's off the shoulders. But because the way they're serving here, the Torpedoes, they're getting into situations like this, and there's no chance or going over the blocker because the service pressure is just too heavy.
He's been relatively quiet today. Has Nandagopal the joust, in which it is the Ahmedabad defenders with the possession. Nandagopal's been blocked. Seneca keeps it alive. Lamunia with the back set towards Thomas, the tank engine. He steamrolls it through.
We haven't heard that one in the booth yet tonight.
That Bengaluru sometimes lets it go. The errors become higher. And Indian Oil Super Serve meanwhile by the pocket rocket. Nandagopal.
Huge moment. Another big Indian Oil Super Serve from none other than Nanda. And he is going full throttle at
The point is that the Ahmedabad defenders haven't had to play those many sets to register those many points, which is why you don't see them in that list. But Setu is doing his job also well. We've seen a new attacking work from Setu this season, haven't we? Lamunia meanwhile towards Nandagopal. Muthuswamy sets. Seneca scores. Ahmedabad defenders are trying to run away with this. Seneca with the serve for the SBI Super Point is received by Midhun. Lamunia to the short set towards Mujib. Bengaluru do it. The SBI Super Point may have gone their way, but Draga.
Here's the swing.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, that comes off Angamutu. So it did have a little bit of change of direction, but I think the players from Ahmedabad thought it was because it hit Mujib on the way back in.
Well, you ask how the Torpedoes are going to weather the storm when it comes their way.
He thought for a moment, but eventually it'll be Bengaluru, they'll be smiling. The review is unsuccessful.
That's a big one. That is a big...
Ilya Burrao, what do you have in store? Pankaj, Lamunia back to Pankaj! Somebody stop him.
Pankaj is fantastic in the reception. He is so stable.
Opens up those little gaps. 4-2, back to 4.
Hepton Soli aces it! Remember we were calling Seneca Thunder from down under? This was a lightning serve right at him.
Yeah, they have everything to play for right now because those wins are definitely possible. Oh, that is on the money, an ace. And the set is done. Heptonstall coming in absolutely clutch. Game time play from the Aussie.
Well, you call him Thomas the Tank Engine.
I was just wondering whether Lobby had a few tips for the Ahmedabad defenders on how to make a comeback and paint their own picture. As Pankaj starts things off the way Torpedoes ended the previous set. They're just powering themselves through.
Stays fit and keeps hammering away.
Meanwhile, Mujib towards Nanda and Angamuthu after the set. Lamunia collects. Heptonstall! I'm just running out of adjectives to describe how well he's doing.
That means it's a high ball to the outside, and that gives the defense time and the block time to set up, and then they can counter in rhythm through Hepton. -3 and 0 in the last 2 rounds, but he's been brilliant offensively this evening.
Here's one man we haven't seen much of today, the angle man. He's the first to complete the half century. Setu receives. Pankaj. This time they were ready. This time the mastermind was ready.
Well, Pankaj isn't backing down and is just not letting the opposition have anything on him. Fred super block. Tutu didn't like it. Pankaj didn't really care.
Not only that, we need to win the next 2 as well. Post that. Lamunia meanwhile, he does this time and again. The Samba setter with some magic. No muck from the baseline as well. Shanti John. Muthuswamy back set towards Angamuthu. There's a dig. Midhun tries, but he tries in vain. Angamuthu gets the point. As you know, Ivan Joss is a better server than Shrajan. For this very reason, he balloons it over the line at the SBI Super Point. Goes Ahmedabad's way with so much ease.
The best servers for the Torpedoes still to come.
Shrikant. Muthuswamy with the back set. Angle man. Midhun does just enough. Setu! Angamuttu, Muttusamy, Nanda, Lamunia dives, so Midun has to set. Hepton Saul sends it back towards Angamuttu. Muttusamy is protected. He plays it towards Nanda! Mujib MC! He's in the house!
We got
The second setter comes in, throws in a boom, throws in an Indian Oil Super Serve!
no way.
Set the Bengaluru
No way.
Torpedoes up for victory because it's match point!
Indian Oil Super Serve. The first choice setter gets injured. No problem, Dealey. I've got this.
In a clutch moment, you got Heptonstall on the outside, Setu behind, Pankaj on the pipe.
Going to Heptonstall high. Ishank's just come off the bench.
It goes to Mujib instead! And Mujib with a masterclass! Revenge is a dish! Best served on a volleyball court! This was last year's final when the defenders dropped the Torpedoes!